Before becoming independent from France, Mali was called the Sudanese Republic, and they conquered their independence in 1960, when the French metropolis finally accepted their recognition as the Mali Federation and a socialist state. Its capital is called Bamako and is located in West Africa. The current population is about 15,969,000 people and has a land extension of around 1.24 million square kilometers, according to the CIA estimations for 2013. Being one of the poorest countries of the world, the African country is passing through an intense and chaotic situation due to internal conflicts such as the civil war, which is aggravating the main point of this video, the untreatable
You're
issue
watching
of
UNICEF
famine in
television.
Mali.
A mood of desperation hangs over the village of Tako. Dinner time is approaching, and Mariam Dianopo worries how she will satisfy her 5 hungry children. She has just one small bowl of rice left, and she is trying hard to make it last.
I'm really finding it hard to feed my family this year. The granaries are empty.
Mali is in the midst of a severe food and nutrition crisis that is gripping the Sahel region. The rains failed last year, and rice fields have now turned to dust. The price of grains has skyrocketed, and armed conflict in the north has displaced at least 200,000 people, adding to the problems, which have been further complicated by a recent coup. Each day, more and more mothers arrive at health centers with children showing early signs of malnutrition. Mariam has brought in her 10-month-old daughter Kadia, who is underweight. The child is given a course of plumpy nut, a therapeutic food that has dramatic results in reversing malnutrition. Plumpy nut is one of the many interventions UNICEF is providing to treat severe acute malnutrition. But the number of new cases like this one are increasing rapidly.
There are a lot of villages around here that are in this situation, which makes me scared. And we have 6 more months to wait, if there are rains, so we can plant and harvest.
Mali suffers problems such as deforestation, desertification, and soil erosion, in which more than half of the country land is desert or semi-desert. It is landlocked, so there is no access to the coast. The country is divided in 3 main zones: the northern, arid Saharan, the southern, cultivated Sudanese, and the central, semi-arid Sahelian. There are 2 main rivers in the southern region, which are Niger and Senegal, where the food production occurs due to the higher fertility of the soil, even though that the area of food cultivation represents only 4% of the land. The reasons for famine in Mali aren't only based in political and economical issues. There are essential geographical barriers that intensify such problem. One example is the lack of nutrients available in the soil, which refers directly in the food production of the country. Since it is a very economically poor region, as well as they don't have enough subsidies to increase its rate of production through technological advances or powerful fertilizers. This generates an issue in which they can't produce enough food to supply the country's needs, and they don't have enough money to import food from other producers. That for sure can be one of the main factors for famine in Mali.
Timbuktu. Few places in the world have such an air of mystery. This city in the north of Mali is timeless and mythical. It sits right on the edge of the Sahara Desert. 80 kilometers west is the Lake Fagabine system. This remote region was once one of the country's most fertile areas. But in the 70s, there were catastrophic droughts. The lake started drying up, and the region's prosperity evaporated along with the water.
Bayira me na mulo chuo mino sisan abi sanjama mo aba chuo korola nga yelema nana do ko kono sisan folo ami na dimi sa wati la ya ji dai teaching the Africa, Liman Yamadak, Master Amen Lermino, Basro Giben in Allah, the Sisa Akalaja. Fokata Bachan Amulo. Barakanga Kayuro, a beggar Yiritui, Alani Jindafe. Bon, fine, you hackly Darakan Sisan. From the Memon, a Bebeka Monblasa Beka Sinadic.
About the videos you have seen, let's analyze how do they affect the famine situation. In the past, the area was very fertile, but the lakes dried due to the changing climate. The big problem is that the plants depend on the water and temperature to grow nicely. Because of the changes, this growth was not possible because the water had dried up and the temperature rose over the years. What makes the situation in Mali worse is that the levels of rainfall are uneven, making the preparation for plantation difficult. Sometimes it rains too much, sometimes it does not. Rainy season lasts from June to October. The winter season is between October and February, which is followed by extremely hot and dry climate till June. Depending upon the latitudes, Mali climate differs from one place to another. Northern Sahara zone in Mali experiences hot and dry climate, whereas the climate of Mali in the subtropical southern part is hot and humid. This destroys the agriculture existing and end up with the food production in Mali. People cannot use it and it's necessary to dump a big part of the production, not counting the waste of money applied in the production and cultivation. For this situation to change, the population depends on the technological improvements, which are not achievable for them, because their country does not have the resources necessary to invest in agricultural technology, typical for a LADC country. The 40-hour famine project is a very interesting project where you can donate money or be a voluntary to help hungry people in Mali and Niger. With $40, you can feed up to 7 kids during a whole month.
Hey guys, it's World Vision 40-hour famine time, and this year we're raising money to help the hungry in Mali and Niger. Almost 11 million people need. That's nearly 3 times the population of New Zealand. That's crazy. But raising just $40 can provide food for 7 children for a whole month in Mali or Niger. So you can definitely make a difference. Which is why I want all of you to get involved in the 40-hour famine this year.